Hi, I'm Katie Edwards, and I am so excited to share with you about pop-up boutiques with a host. You've probably heard that this is a relationship business, and relationships can be built in a lot of ways. But I happen to believe that the best relationships are fostered and maintained face-to-face. Pop-up boutiques with a host give us the opportunity to do just that. Foster new relationships with customers, hosts, and even future team members, and maintain those we currently have. You're joining me today at my home, but pop-up boutiques with a host can happen anywhere. There's absolutely nothing I'm going to share with you today that is contingent upon location. As a matter of fact, a lot of consultants have found great success with pop-up boutiques with hosts at restaurants. So we're going to talk about that a good bit today. It all starts with a simple idea. And here are a few examples, but I bet you can come up with great ones on your own. What about fashion, friends, and froyo? Frozen yogurt and shopping. It really doesn't get much better than that. Or queso and catalogs. Again, cheese dip, catalog shopping. It is simplicity at its finest. Or maybe Mexican and monograms. Everybody knows that you receive pretty quick service at Mexican restaurants. So right out of the gate, your host and her friends know that this is not going to be an all-night affair. And one of my favorites is a blackout pop-up. Everybody arrives to the pop-up wearing black, and they become your living models as you put your jewelry on them. It's so much fun. So here are a few examples of pop-ups at restaurants. So why would anybody gather their friends for a night of shopping at a restaurant? Well, number one, it's fun, but it's also a great way for your host to get all of her shopping done for free or at a really deep discount. And probably the number one reason most women choose to pop up at restaurants, somebody else is doing the cooking and the cleaning. They get to enjoy a fun night with their friends, earn great boutique rewards, and they don't have to cook or clean up. So now I want to give you a few important tips to make your pop-up with a host successful. Number one, keep it simple. You don't have to bring a lot of product. Everything I bring to a pop-up fits in my extra large weekender, which you might want to mention is less than $30 when one of the customers hosts her own pop-up and uses it as her 70% off item. I bring a couple of jewelry trays, a bracelet tray, a jewelry roll containing items from the latest trend sheet from the back office, found under downloads and pop-ups from start to finish, a few of the clothing items, and some of my favorite brand new items as well. I also try to have examples of the monthly specials on hand just to show at checkout. In addition, I have a folder that contains order forms, notes, which would be the top 5 fashion trends, catalogs, pins, wish list, and tickets for prizes. My second tip would be to keep it under control. If your pop-up boutique with a host happens at a restaurant, as soon as you arrive, you'll want to know who your server is. You'll want to communicate with that person that everybody is going to order food, but first, you're only going to order drinks. And when it comes time to order food, you'll get back with them and let them know. This eliminates people totally ignoring you while they're trying to order their dinner, or the server unintentionally interrupting you while you're trying to share something really important with the group. My third tip would be keep it casual. There's no need to stand. Do you have important information that you need to give everyone? Yes. But do you have to make a big, fancy, formal presentation? Absolutely not. So after your host introduced you, just tell everybody how it's going to go. You're going to order drinks. You'll give them great information about initial outfitters and fashion and shopping and specials for the night. And then we'll order the food and we'll shop. Easy peasy. You may also want to tell them what prizes you have on hand to give away that night so they can start thinking about that. Remember, prizes should be small and simple. Women just love to win. It doesn't really matter what. Also, be sure to have catalogs, pins, and wish list ready for each customer, explaining that you reuse those catalogs. So they can use that wish list to jot down whatever their heart desires, and you guys can sort through that at checkout. Then you'll go over the top 5 fashion trends. All you have to do is read the sheet. Then give them info about shipping and payment, and then it's time to do tickets for prizes. You may want to say, I'll give a ticket for everybody who RSVP'd or arrived on time, who brought something or is wearing something from Initial Outfitters. And my favorite, who wants to host their own pop-up? You get 5 tickets tonight. The number one reason we don't ask that question is because we're afraid they'll say no, or they won't say anything at all. But don't be afraid of that. If you hear crickets, just simply say, okay, you ladies are all going to book your pop-up at checkout. Sounds great. It doesn't have to be awkward. The last tip I have for you is to keep it fun. Why do you do this business? Chances are most of you do this business to make extra income without having to go to a brick and mortar building and have a boss that tells you when to punch a clock. So set your own hours. That's one way it's going to be really fun for you. I only work Tuesdays and Thursdays. Saturdays and Sundays are for my family. So set those non-negotiable hours. I promise you, you have an opportunity that's easy enough and fun enough and generous enough to your host. You can get women to do these pop-ups any day of the week. I promise. So just a few final notes. This style pop-up is so attractive to busy women. Being busy isn't an excuse to avoid face-to-face contact. It's a reason to schedule it. This makes hosting easy because, after all, everybody eats dinner. And it makes our job seem really appealing too. If you can spend an hour and a half after work with a group of new friends and make money for your family, why not? But even these easy pop-up boutiques will not book themselves. And even the easiest ways to earn income will not grow your team. So I want to encourage you to be proud out loud. Share this opportunity to pop up your boutique anywhere with a host, and share this opportunity as a business venture for other women as well. Good luck.